Tuesday diaries. Today is back day, back and biceps. Okay, you know the routine, starting with a bit of pre. Same poison as last time. Again, not sponsored by them, but I know you'll ask. So that has around 200 milligrams caffeine. And I like it. It does the job for a workout, to be honest. Don't feel like I need more caffeine than that. Although, as I mentioned before, Total War from Redcon 1 is still my favorite pre-workout, but that shit's heavy. Yeah, so today's menu, we got pull-ups, 5 sets to failure, followed by bent over rows, superset with shrugs. That's my favorite back superset for thickness. And that's pretty much it in terms of like back movements directly, I'd say. Then we go into rear delts, some neck, because I do need to develop this tiny bit. It's a bit pathetic. And then some lower back. I'll do some hyperextensions at the end. And biceps. It's a nice day. I like it. And for intra, you know that electrolyte blend BCAA. Again, not sponsored, I'm just showing you. Do I recommend BCAAs directly? No. But do I like this one in particular? Yes, because of the electrolyte blend. So the pumps on that stuff are crazy. So, you know what? I said it before, for 30 quid, 90 portions or something of good pump workouts, take my money, you know? Having my shoulder warm-ups first. And we'll start with a couple of sets on lat pull down for 10-15 reps before I get into pull-ups. Always like to do that to engage the lats a bit properly. So let's do it. Yeah, not aiming for crazy weights, just mobilizing a bit the lats. And this lat pull down is awful as well, so I wouldn't really waste my time with it. Only gonna rest for like 30 seconds and go again, a bit heavier, almost doubling the weight for 8 reps, and then we do our pull-ups. So, yeah, sorry about this. There you are. Cool. I always like to use chalk on pull-ups. A lot nicer than straps. I feel like with straps I still slip, but with chalk, does it drain my palms? Yes. Am I getting more pull-ups and back gains? Also yes. Worth it. So for pull-ups I go on a wider grip than shoulder width, and then as I pull, I'm always looking into the ceiling, as it makes it a lot easier. It opens up your back, and then you can bring your chest towards the bar, which is what you really want. And then control the negative down as much as you can and get a full stretch at the bottom. Cool. Let's see, first set. So we'll go to failure up to 12 reps. Okay, not bad. 2 minutes, 4 more like that. Another thing, grip-wise, start with thumbs over the bar rather than under, as you'll get a lot more lat activation this way. And then when your grip starts failing, you can switch. But do as many reps as you can, thumbs over rather than under. So last time I had 10 reps on my second set. So we need to try and beat that. Okay. So again, thumbs over. Shit's heavy. Oh, Jesus, okay. 2 more. Okay. Stepping into the last set. So on the fourth one I got 6. If I can get another 6, I'll be happy. And then we move into rows. Okay. Rows. Right, so I've done one warm-up, just 12 and 12 on both rows and shrugs. Moving into 4 working sets of 8 now on each. So my goal with rows is to always get into as much of a parallel position as I can. And for you to get in that kind of a safe spot as well, you have to bend a bit the knees. So you kind of turn it into the bottom of a Romanian deadlift, and then you can draw as being completely parallel. So your legs are going to be hips width, soft bend in the knee, you push your hips back, and you anchor yourself down here. So now I'm parallel, and I can draw completely from there towards my kind of like sternum, belly button level. So again, goal is form, always. So funny thing is on rows, I used to do a lot more weight, a lot more, but with shittier form. So now, just take it all down to 100 kg and work this weight to perfection. Reps also. Cool, let's do the first one. Oh, that's heavy. It's heavy. On shrugs, I would also recommend you tucking your chin in a tiny bit when you go for them. You'll be able to get a better squeeze at the top if you do than keeping it completely straight. You can almost like catch your traps in the middle better if you take your head out of the way. And on rows, it's very important that you maintain tension against the bar on the lowering side as well. So you don't just row and then drop the weight dead. Stay always in tension. And then when you row it back, it just feels so much better in terms of engagement. So we got 2 minutes rest for this as well, in between each set. Back is pumping. So funny thing, my back used to be my worst muscle group. It's taken ages to get in line with everything else. Ages. I think it took me around 9 years to start feeling my back. Now I've been training for almost 12 years in May. Started training at 14, for those who don't know. 26 now. So again, for rows, positioning is key. You have to squat down a tiny bit into it, because then you form a good angle in between your heels, knees, butt, and the center of gravity is fine for you to pull in that parallel position. If your knees are not bent enough, you're gonna tip forward the more weight you have. So you need to counterbalance that by squatting a bit down, but obviously without having the legs in the way of the row. All right, second set. Yeah, so I was saying, it took me around 9 years to start feeling my back. I feel like the back is so complex. You have so many muscles going in there. I'm starting to understand exactly how to pull everything and to feel everything in your movements, rows or pulls. Just takes it, at least it took me so much time. Everything else you develop quite quickly. My back is complicated, man. But once you get it, it's the best muscle group to train. So much fun. The rest times are getting shorter and shorter, man. Fuck. My form was going there for the last three reps. It's turning it a tiny bit into a hyperextension, but that's okay. We'll track just the first 5 reps. The rhomboids are on fire. The moment you get your rows perfectly parallel, it's a different ball game. Again, said it before, we'll say it many times. If you can make a weight feel heavier than it is by using better range of motion, better technique, training systems, always do it. No one cares how much you lift. At least I know that after this, the session is getting quite nice. So after pull-ups and rows, like those feel heavy, like, oh. Like you feel them, heart rate is going through the roof. But after, well, some rear delts, some neck curls, biceps, looks like a holiday. After this set, I'll explain a tiny bit more in detail why my back has lagged behind so much compared to everything else, and why you will have the same situation maybe, or at least with a different muscle group. It's quite interesting. But first, let's smash this. Up. Oh, fuck. Take me home. Okay, so now we're moving into rear delt flies. But I do them in a semi-different way, because I like to put the tension at the most stretch point. After rows, we kind of train the rear delts anyway in a shortened position, because when you squeeze up, that's pretty much it. So here, I don't do them conventional. I kind of like step away from the cable and I get the most amount of tension, again, on the stretch. Let me show you. And I use my other arm as a support against the pole. So we start with the, actually, let's start with the left so you can see it. And then rather than staying in line with the cable, I twist away. So now, more stretch point, most amount of tension. And then the more I fly, the more I lose that tension. So the most important bit here is also controlling the negative on the way back. And in terms of the press, it's not necessarily mandatory to get it all the way down to 100%. Again, slowly on the negative, full stretch. 3. We're going for sets of 12. Okay, I'm gonna rest for 1 minute here. So a lot of you will probably ask, like, how come am I doing only pull-ups and rows for back? Well, a few reasons. 2, if you do pull-ups properly and rows properly, that's enough for a session. And I have 5 to failure on pull-ups and 4 working sets on rows. 9 heavy working sets are enough for a session. And I'm also having a second back day on Friday, so the total weekly volume is around like 20, 22 working sets, which I'm more than happy with. We need to take care of recovery as well. Okay, so again, just there's no need for you to do 20 sets per session. just a lot of junk volume, especially as a natural. It's not like you're gonna grow anymore after 10 good working sets, especially on big muscle groups. On something that's smaller, like biceps, rear delts, whatever, 3-5 working sets per week and you're good. But again, you need to train properly those 3 to 5 sets. Okay. 1 minute. So I was saying just before, why was my back at least, lagging behind? So let's put it like this, from a genetics standpoint. All your muscle groups on an axis of progress from 0 to 100%. 100% I tend to believe, as a natural, you never really hit. You'll never really hit your peak. You have to do too many right things to get there, and you never will. I never will. So in some cases, some muscle groups will develop a lot faster along the year. So let's say like maybe your biceps will get to 80% in a matter of 2 years, while your back could take 5 or 6 years to get to the same 80% of its own capacity. But that's why consistency is key in getting good results here. Because over time, everything compounds and you will grow regardless. My back used to be my worst muscle group out of everything. Now it's one of my best ones when you see everything in the big picture. So in time, if you train for long enough, you're consistent, you're eating well, recovery well, and you just don't play your tiny violin that, oh, genetics, I can't build it. You'll grow, you'll grow. Again, almost 12 years. My first 5 years, everyone was mocking me, saying that I have the worst genetics, I'll never get there. Now everyone comments, oh, genetics bro, I'll never get there. Yeah, sure. Right, one more set here. All right, into neck curls, because we have to fix this pencil neck. So the golden ratio for that is your arms need to be as thick as your cuffs and as thick as your neck. So all three need to be the same size. I'm doomed. So here I got 4 sets of 12. We start with the body weight warm up. So I push my body all the way so I have room for my head. So I get the most amount of stretch on the neck. Then curl it from there. There's one tip that I can give you on this. Is trying to push with your forehead towards the ceiling, so you're not trying to like curl your head over. You're almost like headbutting someone. And then I use my ankle strap to put it on the plate, and then this goes on the forehead for a bit of comfort. But I guess you can use a towel or nothing at all. It's not that big of a deal. Also important here, when I hold the plate, I kind of like pinch it from the bottom, so I don't take, or at least I take as little resistance as possible with my arms, and everything goes through the neck curl, because otherwise you'll steal a lot. Okay. Those are never nice. 3 more sets. Rest for only 1 minute. At least this goes quick, and then we got biceps and we're done. And that's pull day. Weird thing, this morning I started gaining weight out of nowhere. So I'm around like 93.5. Gained like half a kg in less than a week without changing anything in the routine. So I'm wondering if now with age my metabolism is slowly starting to slow down. Bulking is going to be so much easier. I won't have to eat like 5,000 calories to put a kilogram on me. All right, second set. Okay, 1 minute. So again, whatever we don't finish, we continue with body weight and a few extra, just for good measure. And tracking everything on the app. So last time I was doing only 10 kg on the plate. So any numbers from today are basically progress, so we'll take it. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get my neck to be as thick as my arms. There's no chance. There's no way. Maybe I can do the compromise and have the neck and calves, and then the arms are in their own realm. That's it. Okay, biceps. Workout is getting nicer, so we got preachers for 3 working sets, then curls against the wall. So we train the biceps in both the lengthen and the shorten position with the tricep being anchored, and then finishing with some hammers because brachialis matters, despite what Dr. Mike says. So I'm always starting with a quick warm-up, just standing, usually 10-12. Okay, right, and off to preachers. Okay, so for preachers, I always prefer dumbbells over bars because bars are just a tiny bit too constrictive, and I've seen one too many bicep tears doing this, so dumbbells it is for me, always. Plus that, whenever you can work unilaterally, it just makes a lot more sense. You work proportionally, you make sure both arms are doing exactly the same work. So to me, it's better. Plus that you have the freedom to move exactly how you want, and your elbow is a lot more comfortable doing it. So if you get a lot of like elbow pain during preacher curls with the bar, you probably won't get them with the dumbbell. Now in terms of positioning, I like to anchor myself in as hard as I can. So armpit is fully locked in, and I'm even using my other arm to pull myself into the bench, so it's fully anchored. And then in terms of depth, you need to make sure you're chasing the most amount you can, okay? So don't stop early, because the most amount of tension is at the most stretch point, and then the more you curl, the easier it gets. So don't cheat on the most growth section of the exercise. Okay, we'll count that as 9. So same thing, anchor yourself in, full stretch your bottom. Okay, and we got 3 working sets of 12 here. I mean 12, ideally 12, we got 9 now. 1 minute rest. Whew. So if I can maintain my sets over 8 today, I'll be happy. Okay, we'll take the 8. Okay, getting there. Getting there. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get my neck nowhere near as big as my arms. There's no way. Well, you know, that's a loss that I'll take. I love training arms. And you know what's funny? You'll see it with my split. I haven't trained arms directly, like having an arm day, in maybe over 7 years because of this exactly thing. So when I was telling you about the axis of muscle progress, my biceps and tris probably got to like 90% in the first 2 years. And everything else had to play catch up since then. So now, on 11 years and a half of training, a bit more, finally I can go back to having an arm day because everything else caught up. So it's time to smoke everything else again, give myself body dysmorphia further, and then it will make me work harder for my chest, back, legs, everything else to catch up with the arms again. It's tactical. Okay. Last one. I'll be happy with another 8. Ah, Jesus. Okay, so the setup and what's really cool about the wall curls is that you can do them everywhere, and no matter how busy the gym is, you'll find a free wall. All right? So the idea is you're gonna get your arms completely anchored against the wall, and then you push your whole torso forward. So now you're basically mimicking an inclined bench curl, but rather than having the anchor against your back, so like that would be the back support from the bench, you now have the wall against your triceps, and you just have to maintain it by keeping your core slightly engaged. So this is how it looks. Again, 3 sets of 12. Oh. 3 chairs in combination with this. You don't need anything else for biceps. 1 minute. No chance I'm getting my neck as thick as that. Okay, and when I don't finish against the wall, I just go normal standing. Just to push beyond the failure. Okay, hammers. On those, always make sure you're grabbing the dumbbells from right in the middle. And avoid having your fists against the head of the dumbbell, at least delay it as much as you can. Back and biceps done. It was a good session. Smashed a few PRs today. I'm really happy with that. Arms went well. Happy. Tomorrow we got legs. I'll try and film that in for you guys as well. But I gotta get in the reps with filming in the gym, I'm not gonna lie. My voice is still a tiny bit like hello. But I'm building the confidence for it. Can't believe I'm becoming a vlogger. I feel like, yeah, wow, that's me now. That's me. Well, I think we're building a nice rhythm where I'll take you through my workouts and then talk about random topics in between the sets. So if there is anything in particular you want me to address in terms of that, we'll pick one topic per workout and break it down in between my sets like we're training together. And that'll be fun. And at least you can follow those workouts. Maybe you can do them at the same time. And you have a nice chat in between the sets as well. Cool. Well, I'll see you next time. Jesus.